Hello everybody, I'm Dan Hayek, joined by Matt Doyle, and we're here for Last Call, where we count down the top 5 games of the weekend. This week we start in Montreal, where the Impact hosts the San Jose Earthquakes.
The Great Blue North, I think, with both of these teams up there. Montreal have been one of the best teams in the league over the past month. They've won 4 out of 5. Their defense has been really, really solid, even without Alessandro Nesta and Nelson Rivas last week. And Troy Perkins looked revitalized. He had a save of the week winner, got a shutout in his first game. They've been doing it with defense and getting timely goals from people like Nyasi, Wenger, maybe even DeVayo if he's back and ready to go this week. You don't know. San Jose, on the other hand, are just rolling along, 10 points from their last 15. They haven't been dominating, but they've been finding those clutch goals that they have a knack for all season. They're the top team in the league for a reason. They have a way of getting points out of these games. It should be a good one. I don't think it'll be a pretty one, though.
Yeah, you can watch that one on Saturday on MLS Live, kicking off at 7:30 p.m. Eastern.
And number 4 on our list, the I-95 battle between DC and Philly.
Yeah, and these teams actually were involved in a midweek trade, with Leonard Pahoy headed to DC and Danny Cruz headed the other way up to Philadelphia. Both teams come in struggling, DC with only 2 wins in their last 5 games. They're still in the playoff picture and pretty well solidified there, but they need to start collecting points if they want to get closer to the top of the table. Philly's 13 points off the pace of the playoffs now, and they come in on back-to-back losses. They lost to Chicago and they lost to Montreal. Both pretty disheartening losses. They didn't look good in either of them. So they need to start collecting points quickly if they want to get back into the playoff picture.
Yeah, the book may already be closed on that, to be perfectly honest. But that one, Sunday night, 5 p.m., NBC Sports Network. And of course, we'll have a live chat on MLSsoccer.com.
Number 3 takes us to the Western Conference when RSL hosts FC Dallas.
Yeah, this one has a bit of a grudge match feel. These teams have met a lot in big games over the past couple of years, and both teams really in need of a shot in the arm. Well, to be fair, Dallas have won 3 of their last 5. David Ferreira has been that shot in the arm. Brek Shea, you got to expect, will come back confident from Mexico. Fabian Castillo, looking like a DP finally, looking like more than an athlete, a guy who knows how to get in the box and make things happen. So a lot of things are slowly starting to go right with Dallas, and with a win and maybe a Whitecaps loss, suddenly they're back in the playoff hunt. With RSL, what happened? This is a team that I think everybody had pegged for a major supporter shield push this year, but the past month and a half, they have just looked slow and sluggish and not sharp. There are questions that Jason Kreis is going to have to answer, and if he wants his team to continue to be in the hunt, they're only 5 points back. They need to get 3 points here. This is a must-win for them if they have shield designs, and I think they do.
Yeah, and that one will be on Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern, and you can watch it on MLS Live.
And number 2 on our list, back in the Eastern Conference, Houston hosts Columbus.
Yeah, and Columbus is coming off an emotional 1-1 draw with the Galaxy, and it was a good point for them to get there at home, but they really need to start getting 3 points regularly. They're 7 points off with just a game in hand now. They had a lot of games to make up, but they've started sort of catching up to DC as far as games is concerned. Unfortunately for them, Houston isn't the ideal place to go when you need points. The Dynamo are undefeated at BBVA Compass Stadium this year, and they've only lost 1 since they signed Boniek Garcia when he joined the team at the end of June. So the Dynamo are red hot, and like Columbus, they'd like 3 points out of this game. All 3 of the teams that are in and around the top of the Eastern Conference all have easy games, so Houston will need 3 points to keep pace in this one.
And that one will be Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern on MLS Live.
Finally, for number 1, we head to the Pacific Northwest for the 4th Cascadia Cup match of the year.
I think Canadians would actually say Pacific Southwest. I just want to be politically correct with that. I know that everybody says the big one is Seattle-Portland, but Seattle-Vancouver have a knack for producing really thrilling games. They had one in that 2-2 draw earlier this year when Freddie Montero had a goal of the week contender. So these teams got after it. They don't particularly like each other. The question, though, is this the same Vancouver team? I mean, on the field, they've basically overhauled half their squad. You don't know if Jay DeMerit is going to be able to play. He's still suffering from concussion symptoms. So there are a lot of questions around Vancouver, but if they have everybody there and healthy, they could just blow right past you. There's not a faster front line in the league, and they got some skill too in Camilo, Dane Richards, and Darren Maddox. For Seattle, they're coming off a rough week. They lost that U.S. Open Cup in a penalty shootout, and then they gave up the game winner 3 minutes into stop. I mean, it was rough for Seattle, but they don't seem like they think they're out of it. This is a team that, they've been near the top of the standings the last couple of years, and they want to be there again. And you got to think that, Ziggy Schmidt, he'll figure out a way to get Tiffer, Rosales, Montero, Johnson all on the same page, and if they do, that'll be a scary, scary side.
It certainly will be. That one kicks off on Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern. It's the first game of the weekend. You can watch it on MLS Live. Enjoy the games.